Gotta get a remote control for this stupid thing. Hello everybody, welcome back to Hubby Can't Craft, the Whiskey Edition. And today, on this separate video, even though I'm wearing the exact same clothing, we're gonna look at something that a lot of people do, and I've heard of a lot of different ways of going about doing it. And the reason this bottle is at an angle like that is because I didn't want to totally do the reveal until I spun it around. This is an infinity bottle of mine, and I decided to make this old Woodford bottle an infinity bottle because I had it engraved at I don't know if it was Total Wine or Bevmo or someplace. They had an engraver there, and you bought a bottle and they'd engrave it. So I gave this to myself from my mutts at the time in memory of the one that passed away, and now they're all gone. But I figured that was a good reason to keep it around because, you know, they kind of gave it to me, and I thought, well, that'd be a good way to remember them. So this bottle got drunk down pretty far, so it only had maybe 1.5 ounces left in it. And what I ended up doing was, and I'm hoping this is actually recording my voice because the video I'm going to clip in here is how I went about making this. And in a nutshell, I measured what I had left, and then I pulled out all the bottles I had open and laid them here on this table. Obviously they're not on the table now. I laid them all out on the table, and then I said, well, this was about 1.5 ounces into 750 milliliters. How many bottles of these can I put into here? And so I kind of divvied them up, and it was, I think, 17 bottles. I've got a list here on the back so that I can remember them. Started with the Woodford Double Oak, McKenna, Old Forester 1920, Michter's USA, Elijah Craig Single Barrel. Put a little Blanton's in there, Stag Junior. You're going, what the hell are you wasting that in there? I didn't want to get down to the bottom and wait. So some people say you pour the neck pours in, and some people say you wait till it gets to the bottom. So I said, well, I've already done all the neck pours, so instead of waiting until it gets to the bottom, I'm going to put them in here because I'll forget. I'll suck it back and I'll be like, well, shit, messed that up. Weller Special Reserve, Weller Antique 107, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor Single Barrel. Some of you are like, I can't even find those. What are you wasting? It's just like 1.5 ounces. I mean, barely any. That's why there's 17 in here. Rare Breed, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, Bean Bonded, Evan Williams 100 Bottle and Bond, Wild Turkey 101, Early Times 101, and Old Forester 100. Okay, so those are all the ones that are in here. And so, you know, the question's going to be, well, you know, you take it down a little bit, however far, and do you fill it back up, or do you just drink it all down and start over? And it's an infinity bottle. I would think you just keep plugging in, and you won't know what you've, you know, since it's all combined, it's just going to add to the list of what's in there. So I think that's all right. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a taste after, you know, after it's all put together, and it's sat for a few weeks. We'll see how it is. And we're back. So it's all mixed in there and all put together. Let's take a cork out. The cork's a little loose. Just pour a little bit. Too much. So ain't no pop on that. I may have to get a new cork for this guy. Anyway, and my label's pretty fancy too. Infinity number 1. Take a little sniff. Well, I'm not very good at the nose thing. It's not overpowering. It seems very mellow. Maybe that's good. Everybody always says nuts. I don't know. There may be nuts in here. That's a good swirl. Even in these shitty pseudo Glencairn glasses. Well, let's go for a taste. Cheers. There are no ryes in here. I just figured let's not put any ryes in. That's not to say that any of the mixes or any of the mash bills don't have rye in them, but there's no 51% ryes and whatnot. I didn't really pay attention to the corn or the wheat. Obviously some of the Wellers have, I think they're wheats. But, try another sip. It's hot. It's definitely hot. Obviously the proof is going up and down depending on what I put in there, but it seems like it's got a lot of proof to it. A bite, maybe a little alcohol forward, I don't know. Glass of water, maybe that'll. Well, it's an interesting thing to do. I think some people might say, well, you only want 4 or 5 in your infinity bottle of the same thing. I don't know. It's got a lot of different things going on, probably obviously because it has a lot of different things in it. A little hug coming on later. That's good. Feels pretty good. It's okay. I think it's a good way to not just pound back 1.5 ounces or just to do it, but to mix it and kind of keep things moving. And it's in a bottle that has a little meaning for me, so I think that's all right. And I think I'll just keep adding to it now as things empty out. I do have enough that weren't in the video that didn't get put in this bottle to put in another bottle, but I haven't found another bottle really worthy of that. I might do the get the stickers and put them on. That might be okay, but otherwise I think what I heard somebody said they did was they poured all the neck pours in to get those out of the way. I'd like to do that, but I'm a little behind because I didn't have a bottle to do that with, so it'll be a little catch up. Whew, boy, that came back with a vengeance. Wow. Anyway, I think it's a fun thing to do. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. So, I think that's a fun thing to do, and if you have a good bottle laying around, I'd always want to find one of those, what is it? Not Old Forester. Jeez. It's a real nice decanter. It'll come back to me. Those, out here are very hard to find. I think I've seen one and it was $500-600. I said, thank you. So, we'll just find nicer average bottles to do that with, and call it good. Thanks for watching. And like I usually say, pour 2 glasses because you might not need just one. But in this case, I think one's going to be enough. Whew. Leave that to the professionals.